Well, Jamie, another impressive performance here, but now Perth, Australia, after however many months it's been since the UFC came back here. What are the emotions after this big win?
Yeah, good, man. Just it's relieving to get the win, and yeah, coming into this fight, it was a chance for me to show my skills. I've been in a couple of wars lately. Not to say that there wasn't skill shown in them. They were like, I call them like a skillful brawl, technical brawl, so to speak. But yeah, Francisco, man, he's like a young, hungry lion, and I didn't want to give him the chance. Like coming in, exchanging wild, it was hard to actually refrain myself from doing that at times, especially in front of the home crowd. They wanted to see the classic hooligan, but we wanted to just show the skills in this fight and show the levels, and just not give him a chance to be in this fight. So we did exactly that.
Kind of going off of that, it seems right out of the gate you established the pace. Like he was working off of your pace rather than allowing him to work his game, and you were kind of picking the better shots. Was that the game plan coming in? And when you are finding so much success, how difficult was it not to just kind of open up like you have in the past?
Yeah, well, he's dangerous, man. So that's where the safety, like just not playing it safe, but just not giving him a chance. But yeah, exactly. We were looking to get the reads on him and just show that at this level, it's a little bit different. Hats off to him though. Like he stood up and took this fight. My opponent pulled out 9 weeks out. No one stepped up. Like I know a lot of people got offered that fight. I don't know if it was just the travel. I would have come out to Australia for a free holiday. Like, you know what I mean? I was gobsmacked that no one wanted the fight, but Francisco stepped up. So hats off to him.
You also opened him up, like you cut him up in the first round. Did you think that you could have gotten him away in the second round, and were you surprised that he was able to take more damage?
Nah, I wasn't surprised at his toughness because he looks like a game guy. Watching some of his fights, some of his wins come from him after being dominated for a round or two. So I wasn't surprised at his toughness, but I felt like the finish was there in the third if I just upped the pace a little bit. But he's still dangerous there too. So I just didn't want to get caught like just trying to force something. So yeah, just again staying patient, staying calculated, and getting the W.
You called out Paddy Pimblett at the end. How long has that name been in the back of your minds for a possible fight?
Yeah, well, man, I think it's a good fight. Like, and I think it's a high possibility that fight could happen. I've got my Irish heritage. The hooligan versus the baddie, man. Like, don't tell me that's not an exciting fight. Put that on a card. That's gonna wreak havoc. I know it would.
Have you been impressed with him in the UFC? I know a lot of people think that Jared won the last fight.
Yeah, I thought he lost his last fight, honestly. But man, he comes to fight, and that's why I say the hooligan versus the baddie would be a sick fight because we both come, we bring it. His game is tough. I see holes in his game. I'm sure he'd see holes in mine, and we'd put on a fucking show. I know we would. But yeah, that fight's been on my mind for a little while. I think it's on every lightweight's mind. He won't. I don't think he'll take it, but I won't say never say never. I think it's a fight that could happen for sure. Maybe over in London. I'd love to go into his backyard.
So do you think you could be the one to break this narrative that Scousers don't get knocked out?
100%. I see that chin up in the air every single fight and just lick my lips.
Michael Bisping seemed to disagree with that, like at the end of the interview. Do you think he kind of pooped on your moment a little bit there?
Yeah, I'm lucky. He laughed at Paddy the first time he said it, I think.
Yeah. And you mentioned the opponent pulled out 9 weeks out. Do you know why? Like, that's pretty far out, obviously, to be withdrawing from a fight. It must have been something pretty serious, right?
Yeah, I think I've heard he might have been having hand surgery, like an old injury. So Nazrat, he's tough, man. That would have been a good battle. That's one to make down the line as well. I'd love to fight Nazrat.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you mentioned London. Obviously, they're going there in a couple of weeks. It's not going to happen then. Like, they might not go back until next year or something. Is that one, if Paddy doesn't happen the next fight, like, are you going to keep kind of calling his name and not wait around for him, though?
No, I won't wait around. I won't wait for him, but it's the fight that I want. It's definitely the most exciting fight that's gonna propel me up. But I want to fight. Like, taking this fight with Francisco, people were saying, "Oh, it's risky, man." Like, I'm a fucking fighter, bro. I want to fight. I don't care who it is. I want to get paid.
Yeah, he's obviously Francisco, a pretty young guy. When you go in there, like, do you kind of feel that you're fighting a kid to some degree, or how does that feel?
Yeah, I definitely felt more experienced. He's coming into the big show, so I saw a little bit of maybe uncertainty and hesitation in him. But he's a young, tough kid, and he reminds me of me when I was his age, like, just going for the finish. So that might have been that again. That's a advantage on my part, because I'm not an easy fight to come in for your debut into the UFC. No way. So respect to him for taking the opportunity.
And is it nice now? Your work's done. You get to kick your feet up and watch the rest of the boys do their work tonight?
Yeah, for sure, man. Like, I won't harp on about it, but this was a fucking shit camp too. I overcame injury, sickness. It was a we got through it. We got it done, but it is a big relief to get through what I got through.
Is this one of your more rewarding wins because of that?
Nah, I feel. I was just saying to Ross in the back, I was like, it just doesn't feel the same when you don't put on a fucking war or finish your opponent. I like to finish my opponent. So even in that third round, I was sitting back going, oh, come on, like, maybe, but we just stayed calculated.
Jamie, why do you think they served you up, Francisco Prado? Do you think it was more for a fight for you or a fight for him?
I think it was because they couldn't find me someone. That's honestly, I'm grateful that Sean got me a fight, because I said I really want to fight in my backyard. And when he first pulled out, I was not stressed at all. I was like, 9 weeks, people would be jumping at the opportunity to come out to Australia and fight. And I was shocked. I just couldn't believe that, like, 4 weeks had gone by. And I was like, and then I heard that no one was taking the fight. So I'm thankful that the UFC Sean went and got me a fight.
Did you keep training? Did they stay in contact with you in those 4 weeks, or were you just hoping the phone would ring?
Yeah, we were just staying in talks. They just said we're looking. So nothing changed really. I stayed training in camp. Yeah, like I said, I was going through a few little adversities and stuff in camp, but all fighters get them. But yeah, we just stayed on the mission.
And just finally, if you do get that Paddy Pimblett fight, where do you see yourself winning?
Where in the world, or where in the fight?
Where in the fight? How?
I think I take his chin. That's the obvious one. But I've got to show my wrestling tonight as well, my grappling a little bit. But yeah, Paddy's a tough fighter. I reckon he's game. He's got good skills. So, but I see myself knocking him out, to be honest.
You mentioned in the post-fight interview with Michael Bisping that you found yourself getting a bit bored in the ring. Do you find yourself zoning out a bit if you're not in a war?
No, not zoning out. Like, just a little bit. Like, when I'm in front of someone and you're trying to kill me, like, I want to go. I don't know. That's how I am. My record leading into the UFC, like, spoke for itself. Or only one of my fights had ever gone the distance. So yeah, that's just how I fight, man. Like, I don't like sitting back. I like action. When you're in front of me, I just kind of, I don't like pitter-patter and scoring points. I don't like leaving it in the hands of the judges. I really don't like doing that because I've been shafted before on that. Yeah.